How exciting! I've always wanted James Hetfield to teach me how to Dougie. Fortnite Festival is about to enter its 5th season, so check for gray hairs. First and foremost, I apologize if my audio setup sounds a little strange throughout this video. Typically I record my monologues through my Fifine condenser mic into my MacBook, however my MacBook was deciding to reject every single audio input for some reason. This computer's definitely worth $4,000, Apple makes very quality products as you can tell. So I apologize if my audio quality is a little strange, I had to default to a backup microphone. Hopefully by next video my audio setup will be back to normal, or I will have lit my MacBook on fire, whatever comes first. Anyway, this past season of Fortnite Festival has definitely seen some major improvements and enhancements over the last couple of seasons, and I definitely want to take some time to talk about them. Firstly, credit where credit's due, Harmonix and Epic Games have fixed the timing window on Pro Lead and Pro Base. Hammer-ons and pull-offs still feel a little broken, not in like a bad way, kind of like in a Clone Hero-y spammy way, which honestly I don't think that's too much of a bad thing considering the fact that a lot of players are going to be transitioning from Clone Hero to Fortnite Festival. We have an entirely new game mode based off of Fortnite Festival called Battle Stage, which I will be getting into very shortly. And for this season's icon, you can unlock all 4 members of Metallica, from Lars to Kirk to Robert to, of course, James. Now, I may be a little bit biased here because I'm a little bit more of a metal fan than I am a pop fan, but I really do think in terms of icons, this is the best season so far. Mostly because when you think of metal, you think of Metallica. They're pretty much synonymous with the genre. And they have a pretty good song selection from Metallica in here as well. Of course, you have the obvious picks like Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, One, Master of Puppets, which was already an emote in Fortnite. But then you also have stuff like Lux Eterna from 72 Seasons and Battery, which was originally in Rock Band 2. Both kick-ass tracks and 100% deserving to be in Fortnite Festival. The Metallica song choices have been awesome, and the rest of the season hasn't been too shabby either. We got Alice in Chains, we got Slipknot, and even this past week we got a 3-pack of Guns N' Roses consisting of Paradise City, Welcome to the Jungle, and of course Sweet Child of Mine. Now, the latter 2 songs actually have some history with Harmonix. Sweet Child of Mine was charted by them for Guitar Hero 2 back in the day, and when Harmonix was first demonstrating Rock Band 1 off, they used a cover of Welcome to the Jungle, so it's nice to see these songs finally fleshed out with full charts by Harmonix. And naturally I also have a soft spot for Welcome to the Jungle because it was a Guitar Hero 3 classic. And speaking of Guitar Hero 3, this past season, Epic Games and Harmonix decided to introduce a new game mode called Battle Stage. And let me tell you, it's okay. It's basically a score-based battle royale where you can launch attacks at other players to hurt their scores while improving your own with overdrive. If you've played Guitar Hero 3 and you've ever used the amp overload attack on another player, it's basically the exact same thing. It's really nothing special, and I wish that this game mode was a little bit more fleshed out, and I'm hoping this next season will introduce maybe some new power-ups or something just to keep it fresh, because after a couple of rounds and after only a couple of victories, I feel no reason to go back and play more Battle Stage. I have far more fun score chasing with my friends in the leaderboards than I have playing this game mode, so I'm hoping they really do add some new features to it. But aside from that, the game feels better than it ever has. The song choices recently have been phenomenal, and the fact that Battle Stage is even an option shows that Epic Games and Harmonix are both listening to us. So that's really cool. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I do have to complain about a few things. First and foremost, I know I complain about this every single season, but it's really sad that I've had to bring this up every single season. Harmonix, we are 5 seasons into a rhythm game. Why isn't there a fucking restart button? Or a practice mode at the very least, ideally both. But the fact that there's no restart button in a rhythm game and you have to back all the way out into either the lobby or the main menu to restart a song is quite frankly unacceptable. It was ridiculous doing it at launch, and 5 seasons in, it's fucking laughable that a basic restart button isn't enabled in Fortnite Festival. That's just crazy to me. Harmonix has dropped the ball with basic rhythm game features since Rock Band 4's launch, and after the whipping that they got for not having a practice mode at Rock Band 4's launch, I would have sworn by now Fortnite Festival would have had one, but I guess they either just don't care or they just don't know how to work it in. Guys, just make it a separate game mode if nothing else. And while I'm in complaining mode, it would also be nice to have more than one venue to stare at while you're playing the normal game mode. I understand Battle Stage is a completely different beast, And every single season, they do redesign the main stage a little bit to fit a little bit more with the artists, but it would be nice to be able to select a venue like you could in the early Rock Band and Guitar Hero games, because it does get a little boring looking at the same thing every single time. But honestly, that's small potatoes compared to the restart button. Please, for the love of God, add a restart button. This game so desperately needs it, especially as we're starting to get harder and harder charts. The last thing I'll complain about is the jam stage, just because this game mode has so much potential and I feel like it's constantly falling on its face. This is a fun-ass game mode and I would really love to see something cool come out of it, even if it's just something simple like saving custom mixes or basically turning it into something like Fuser, which shouldn't be a problem because Harmonix also made that game, so, you know, that would be cool. Also, is it just me or does this game mode attract children like a magnet?
Not around, not around. Whoa, whoa. I want to play some Metallica, not some Post Malone. Does anybody have any Metallica?
Circling back to the good things, they have added a couple of newer features that are actually kind of cool. The ability to use any of your jam tracks as lobby music is definitely one of them. I love queuing up songs like Welcome to the Jungle or Heartbreaker to have on as background music. It reminds me a lot of the early Guitar Hero games where those songs would play over the menus. And of course, the charting overall has also been pretty good for this game mode recently. There's a couple questionable charts here and there. Whoever charted Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, who hurt you? But like I said, Fortnite Festival so far feels the best it's ever felt. The timing window is tight but fair, the hammer-ons and pull-offs feel a little loose but fun, and the game as a whole leaves a lot of reasons to keep returning back to it. I just wish a couple of the issues that I had could just be ironed out just a tad, and this would be a pretty definitive rhythm game experience for this day and age. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this past season of Fortnite Festival. Have you guys been having fun with the game? Are you still playing it? Leave me a comment down below, and oh, before I forget, I gotta see who the next season icon is. I'm sure it's... Who?